All right, we're going to be making some pizza dough. Very simple uni pizza dough recipe. 4 ingredients: water, yeast, salt, and flour. What you have here, I've got 2 cups of water, 1.5 teaspoons of yeast, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 4 cups of flour. First thing we'll do is take the yeast, add it to the water. This is warm water, just warm kind of by hand. We'll kind of stir it up there a little bit, give it a few minutes to kind of wake up that yeast a little bit. Salt, this is kosher salt, just goes in the flour. Just let the salt and flour kind of mix up just a little bit while that yeast is kind of hydrating. Some bigger clumps. Okay, we'll add this in about 3 or so pours. As this comes together, I may have to add a little more water or a little more flour, just kind of depending on how the hydration of that dough looks as it comes out. Guys, see how the dough's coming together there. Do my final addition. Okay, so see how it comes together. I may have to add a little more flour or a little more water, just depending on how it looks. Once it's kind of close, I'll turn the speed up just a little bit to kind of knead it. It does look like we need a little more flour. It's a little loose right now. I'm just going to turn it down a little bit so I don't make a big mess with the flour. We'll keep doing this until it kind of pulls away from the bowl and just kind of forms a nice ball in the center of around that dough hook. And then we'll know it'll be ready. So that flour's kind of incorporated. Getting pretty close. You guys see how it's forming a ball and kind of starting to pull away from the bowl? Just a little more flour and I think we'll be there. Once all the flour's kind of incorporated, I'll turn it up a little bit and let it knead for a few minutes. You can see how the dough is pulling the extra dough off the side of the bowl, so I think we're pretty close on our hydration level there. Okay, we'll unclamp that. Put a little flour on my hand so I don't stick to the dough too bad. Now we'll just scrape that dough off the hook. And take the dough hook off. What I'll normally do at this point is add a little flour to the counter, knead it by hand for a few minutes, and form it into a ball. It'll be fairly sticky at this point. Just put flour on top. And we'll just kind of fold it over itself. Okay, you got a nice ball kind of starting to form. And we'll take that and I've got a clean bowl. Just a small splash of olive oil. And then we'll set the dough ball in there. We'll let it rest there for about an hour or two, and then we'll form our individual pizza dough balls. Okay, our dough's been resting for a little over an hour. It's risen up quite a bit. Next step is to partition it into individual dough balls. That recipe will make about 4 12-inch pizzas. Have a storage container that we'll put the balls in to age or to rest for the second rise. Just a little bit of olive oil on the bottom there, just to stick in a little bit. Spread that around for a light even coat. Okay. Take the plastic wrap off our dough. Go ahead and take a little bit of flour and from the counter. We'll go ahead and drop that dough out of the bowl. And then take a dough knife. We'll just cut this into 4 roughly equal pieces. Like so. Just a bit more flour. And then we'll take each one of these and just kind of work them a little bit into a nice little dough ball. Like so. You kind of want to keep that pinch seam to the bottom so you get a nice tight skin on top, and then just in the container. Just like so. Last one for this batch. Just go ahead and throw these so they don't dry out. Let those rest for another, on the counter, you can let them rest for an hour or two on the counter, or if you need to rest them longer than that, you can put them in the fridge all day if you need to.